G'day reefers, I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Thanks for watching Gallery Aquatica TV. Today we're going to do a maintenance video on a Red Sea Max 500. I haven't seen this tank in over 12 months. Last time I saw it, it was a really nice tank, so I'm excited to see it today. So let's go do this maintenance video. So this is exactly how I remember this tank. It's absolutely beautiful. The fish, for me, are really the feature. We'll have a look at the fish and the corals, the filtration, and then we'll do a maintenance service on this tank. So let's have a quick look at the fish first, because there's some beautiful specimens in here. And the absolute king of this tank is the Achilles tang. And you can see this Achilles tang is really well conditioned. It's a beautiful fish with that contrasting black with the orange near the tail on the caudal peduncle. But there's also coal tang, magnificent fox face, a purple tang, a blue tang. There's a few wrasse, clownfish of course. The fish in this tank are absolutely beautiful. And the corals are very nice too. Now this tank is predominantly soft coral, and you can see how soft corals can create a beautiful effect by having contrast in shape and color. Now we're about to do a water change on this tank, so at the moment a couple of the soft corals are a little bit closed up. Hopefully they'll open up. We've got some beautiful fluffy morphs which have sort of overtaken almost in a couple of parts of the tank, as have the zoas. But having corals which have really grown over the rock just creates a really natural look, and it works really well. But I think the best thing about this tank is the way that the fish and the corals complement each other. So before we do our water change, we'll just have a look at the filtration and a few aspects of this tank. So this tank has 3 Hydra 26 LEDs, and they're mounted in this Red Sea light mount, and it's something that we don't see a lot in Australia. This light mount looks really modern, it matches the tank beautifully, and it's a bit of a shame that these weren't more commonly available in Australia. So something else you'll notice on top of the tank is this ingenious net cover. Now the best thing about this net cover is that there's Velcro around the edge that allows you to open up a corner to feed the tank and very easily put it back like so. Now these tanks are normally open top, and if you leave them open you will often lose fish to jumping out, so this is a really good idea. Let's have a look underneath the tank. So the last time I was here we were installing this dosing pump, and so the supplements have been regularly dosed in with this Aquatic Evo 4 for the last few months. So it's going to be important for us to have a look at the water chemistry to make sure that the dosing regime is where it needs to be. This tank runs a Deltec 1351 skimmer, and these clients are meticulous with their tank, and you can see that the skimmer is spotless, and I can guarantee you they clean this out almost every day. Now being a Red Sea Max, there's the control board up here, so it's very easy to turn on and off the power supplies to the pumps and the lights and everything. We've got our supplements and some miscellaneous equipment down here. So we'll start by testing the water, and then we'll do our water change. Okay, so we're just about to do a water change. Let's turn off the pumps so that they don't run dry when we start to drain. And as we said before, these Red Sea Max are great because it's very easy to know what you're turning off down here on the control center. So I'm just turning off the return pump, the skimmer, and there are also some pumps in the back of the tank for extra flow. So all of this is turned off But there's something we need to show you in the garage, which is also very important that we turn it off. So outside in the garage, we have the chiller, and this is the perfect place to put a chiller because of course it can ventilate, there's lots of space. The cabinet inside is never ideal for a chiller. So this is a chiller, and there's also a UV sterilizer. Now these two componentries are the most important things to turn off, and we've just, very easy, we've got behind these pair of leopard print shoes, we've got the power point for both of these. These are turned off now, and so we're safe to start draining the tank. So we've got our long hose. I'm going to use this for both draining and then refilling. A candy cane that joins in like so. So I'm just peeling back this cover, and something I've learned over the years when doing water changes on these Red Sea Max is that you do have to be careful that you don't damage this pelmet. So I'm going to put a towel on top of it to rest my candy cane on. And we have a nice bare patch in the corner here that's going to be perfect for us to drain from. So we've drained a third of the water out of the tank, and we're going to fill the tank back up again using natural seawater. Now we collected this natural seawater from the Gold Coast this morning at 4 AM, and usually we filter the water as it goes into our collection tank, but I didn't get a chance to do that this morning, so instead I'm going to filter it going into the tank. So we have a filter sock just zip tied in place, and I'm going to use that so the water goes in crystal clear. Go. We finished filling the tank and I've turned off our pump. I'm just going to go to the control center and turn everything back on down here and give it a few minutes so that the water level in the sump stabilizes. And I think I'm going to have to take out about 10 liters or so that we get the ideal running level in the sump. But I think that's everything turned on. One of the easiest ways to really stuff up a water change like this is to forget to turn on the important components of the system. So we're back out here in the garage and we're going to turn the chiller and the UV sterilizer back on. And the chiller, of course, is the most important thing. It's also always interesting to see exactly what temperature the water in the tank is after the water change. Being in Brisbane, sometimes the water from our IBC can be really warm, so we're always very careful about that. But it looks like the temperature, it hasn't shifted very much, so I'm very happy with that. So that's our water change finished. You can see that the fish and the corals are all happy, they're coming out. This tank really has a beautiful balance between the fish and the coral, and I particularly like this tank. That's our video for today. Thanks so much for watching Gallery Aquatica TV. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing!
So that's our video for today. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe as well. We'll be putting out videos every week showing a new tank with new products. There's going to be lots in all the videos. I'm Cam the Fish Guy, and keep on reefing.